everyone, Stu from Body Fit Solutions. Going to run through the lunge with you today. There's 5 different parts to this. I'm going to coach you on each part. We'll break it down, follow along at home. You're going to need just yourself and a little bit of floor space. We need to be standing for this, so let's get to standing. I'm going to operate with my left leg in front, so I'm going to talk left. So if you want to do the same, be my guest. Right, so we adopt the split stance first. Okay, let's move so you can see me. Okay, so I've got my weight on my lead leg, so that's my left leg, in particular my heel, yeah? So weight's there, soft bend in the knee, my back heel is lifted on that back leg, but ultimately you should be able to stabilise on that left side, lift the right foot off the floor, and not feel like that's changing your position from when your right toes are down, okay? Abdominals, draw the navel in, lift the rib cage up a touch, we've got that little bit of intra-abdominal pressure going on there just to hold everything together. First cue from this position, guys, and I mean I stress, keep the load on that lead leg. First cue, we'll let the knee come forward slightly, just slightly, yeah, and then bring it back up again. We're just going to practice that. And what's going to happen is as the knee comes forward slightly, naturally, your pelvis is going to tilt slightly into a posterior, okay? Or a 12 o'clock we say at the studio, and we come back up again. Okay, keep the weight on that lead leg again, trying to find that your weight's drifting onto the right toes. Same again, let the knee shift forward slightly, a little bit of posterior tilt. Okay, right, that's number 1. Number 2, so we'll drift into that number 1 state. Here, second cue, I'm going to go into an anterior tilt. So now we're going to create a little bit of 6 o'clock anterior. As that happens, your torso is going to slightly shift forward, allow a little bit of thoracic flexion to happen here. So I've got an anterior tilt, a little bit thoracic flexion. I've still got the abdominals working, still got the weight on my lead leg. Okay, that's 2. Number 3 is the descent. So I'm trying to keep my body somewhat in that position. I'm not going to try and tip it any lower. Keep the 6, keep a little bit of flexion, and just gently lower your torso down. Keep the weight on your lead leg, which is your left heel. Gently down, go as deep as you could want to go for this part. Okay, we'll hold that tension. This is the hard part as I'm talking. That's number 3. Number 4, we draw the knee backwards. We want leg extension happening now. Yeah, so the knee comes back a little bit. Keep that little bit of 6, keep that thoracic flexion. Leg comes back, lengthening this posterior hamstring and glute. Are you feeling that stretch? Yeah, keep that lengthening. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, we tilt the pelvis slightly to 12, that posterior tilt, and as I'm coming up, back up to the top, at the top apex point, elevate the rib cage, thoracic extension here. Solid on your feet, yeah, 1 rep, getting out of breath. Okay, so the tension's in the detail, guys, okay? So try that one more time. So 4 or 5 of these each side should do you justice, okay? Just be mindful, one more thing to add, of the knee positions when we're going through this, in particular the placement. You see from the front view, try and keep that patella banging level with the middle of your foot and the centre of your ASIS bone, okay? So lateral view is good, so if you want to practice this, do as I'm doing now. I'm just looking at the camera. Yeah. Right, so split stance, pause. Again, check in. Weight on your lead leg. Happy days. Right, draw that navel in, that little bit of intra-abdominal pressure, a little bit of scapular elevation. So we're standing tall with this now. Yeah, just imagine anyone giving you a little push from any angle at this point. I want you to feel pretty solid on your feet, okay? Because this position, just to reiterate, is there with you several hundred times a day when you walk, okay? Unilateral stance, it's awesome, okay? Right, from here, split stance, again, number 1, knee comes forward slightly, little bit of posterior 12. Pause. Number 2, sit the hips back a bit, go into the anterior 6, torso hinges forward slightly with a little bit of thoracic flexion, okay? Again, keep the abdominals working. Number 3, the descent. So I'm going to try and keep my knee from pushing too far forward. As I lower down, there will be a little bit forward, but as long as you're not going over the toes. Heavy on your heel again, reiterate, weight on that lead leg. Gently down. Go as low as you can. Again, keep that weight in that lead leg. That's number 3. Number 4, remember the leg extension. So I'm going to slowly lift and lengthen that leg. Bring the knee backwards slightly. Keep that 6 o'clock tilt, a little bit of thoracic flexion. That's number 4. Number 5, we keep rising. We're going into that posterior pelvic tilt as I'm approaching that top position. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Nice and open. Thoracic extension. Woo! That's 2 reps, right? Let's, for the sake of this video, you're following this along, let's do the same on the other side. I'm going to talk through the points again with you. So again, all different leg now. So we find the stance. Try and focus on that breath, that energy, that lifting. We don't want to be compressed with any of this, so keep that active core. Again, got the weight on your lead leg. Okay, pause. Number one, remember, we've got this now. A little bit of a posterior tilt, a little bit of knee flexion. Okay, anterior tilt, hinge, hinge, hinge. A little bit of thoracic flexion, hold there. Don't go too deep. I don't want to feel that anyone is here at that point. Okay? From there, the descent, look at the knee. Keep the load on your right heel. Light on your left toes. Get down as deep as you can. Some of you may be able to go right down, that's great. If not, just work it from, say, here. Just do you. Okay? Number 4. Leg extension. Lengthening that posterior line. Keeping the core. A little bit of 6. Come up. 12, 12, 12, 12. Posterior tilt. Back to that top position. Thoracic extension. Whoo, yeah? Hope you're feeling this like I am. Right. One more. Let's try that. So knee flexion, a little bit of 12, keep the core, just slow it down, one stage at a time. Hinge, a little bit of thoracic flexion here. Keep that chest proud now as you come down, keep the abdominals engaged. Load on your right heel, knee extension, leg extension, good. Posterior tilt, thoracic extension, boom, right at the top there. Solid as a rock, yeah? Try that at home. 3 or 4 reps each side. Just look at the detail. Enjoy. Thank you.